Matthew Millan, director of Stronger Than Bullets, which is a rock and roll film, a rock and roll documentary, but it takes place in the heart of the Sahara Desert in Libya, of all the places. And Benghazi in that, and Benghazi is such a flashpoint for us Americans because of how it was politicized, but this is an on-the-ground street film about Benghazi and about the music scene that just erupted there during the revolution. And I went there to just document the revolution, and I had no idea about this music explosion. But when I got there, it was just so astonishing that it was clear that this had to be the story I did. And I even became a part of the music scene, and I helped them with a music festival that was canceled in the 11th hour by the Muslim Brotherhood right after the revolution. But to see like the genesis of a counterculture, the genesis of a music movement in front of you is something spectacular and something that so akin to what happened in the 60s here, which is why I think it's very relevant. We're at Woodstock Film Festival, having our US premiere here. I think the parallels are they're quite obvious. And I think anybody who watches this film will get those parallels. Just that sense of freedom of expression to rail against a status quo. In the case of the Libyans, a tyrant of 42 years. And a tyrant that came down very hard on the musicians to the point where there were bonfires of music instruments. So, yeah. And just people really, not only they love the ride because I think it's a very exciting film. It's an amazing story that I hope I did justice to. But also to see Benghazi in particular in a different light, because Benghazi is such a flashpoint with it's such a flashpoint in our media because of how it was politicized, but to see what the regular citizens of Benghazi are going through, the regular citizens and the musicians, that you'll see a more on-the-ground perspective of Benghazi that's very surprising. It's been a very raucous occasion, and it's lived up to that right now. There are some amazing films here. I really want to see, in particular, like the American Epic Sessions, which was at Calgary with me, which unfortunately I didn't get to see, but here it's an amazing set of films, and I really am looking forward to that. But just, there's always something exciting about being around filmmakers at festivals, and particularly a festival like Woodstock, which has a really eclectic mix of people. So.